traces a gripping arc from villain to reluctant hero, while Bradley Cooper's Rocket Raccoon delivers biting wit via voice alone. Don Cheadle's War Machine and Gwyneth Paltrow's Pepper Potts ground the story in human stakes, and cameos, like Stan Lee's final bow as a digitally de-aged 1970s driver, add bittersweet magic. Even small roles, like Hiroyuki Sanada's Yakuza boss or Ken Jeong's quirky guard, sprinkle extra flavor into the sprawling ensemble. This wasn't a cheap endeavor. Mind you, with a budget between $356 and $400 million, Endgame ranks among the priciest films ever made, outspending Infinity War's $325 million. Every dollar shines on screen, thanks to visual effects from Industrial Light and Magic and weighted digital. From the barren ruins of Titan to the jaw-dropping final battle, where portals unleash armies from Wakanda, Asgard, and beyond, the film's scope is staggering. Production was a logistical beast, filmed primarily in Atlanta, Georgia, where tax breaks turned it into a Marvel hub. The Porsche Experience Center doubled as the Avengers compound, while scenes also span New York, Scotland's street abs for Thor's fishing village, and England's Pinewood studio for interiors. The Russos shot Infinity War and Endgame back-to-back, a marathon disrupted by Hurricane Irma in 2017. Yet the film feels polished, a testament to the crew's grit. The box office? A global phenomenon. Endgame raked in $2.799 billion worldwide, outpacing Infinity War's entire run in just 11 days. It smashed records as the fastest film to hit $500 million, $1 billion, $1.5 billion, and $2 billion, briefly claiming the title of highest-grossing film until Avatar's 2021 re-release. In the U.S. and Canada, it earned $858 million, with record-shattering $357 million opening weekend. Internationally, it set opening records in over 40 markets, from China to Brazil. This wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural tidal wave. Theaters ran 24/7 showtimes, fans donned costumes for MCU marathons, and a June 2019 re-release with 6 minutes of bonus footage pushed it past Avatar's $2.79 billion, a triumph Marvel's Kevin Feige celebrated at Comic-Con. But numbers only tell part of the story. Endgame's soul lies in its emotional depth. Alan Silvestri's score, returning from the Avengers and Infinity War, is a character in itself. The Portal's theme during the final battle swells as heroes unite, sending shivers down your spine. Songs like Dear Mr. Fantasy by Traffic lend nostalgia to Tony's early scenes, while Silvestri's work navigates a film's shifts from grief to hope to action. Trent Opolaka's cinematography is just as crucial. Having lensed Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and Infinity War, Opolak crafts a visual language that bends to the story. The cold cyan tones of Tony's space message scream isolation, while the warm light of Thor's Scottish village offers fleeting humanity. Time travel sequences revisit earlier MCU films, with Opolak recreating their look before twisting it to fit Endgame's narrative, creating a film that's both intimate and epic. Behind the scenes, Endgame was a feat of passion and secrecy. The Russos went to extremes to avoid spoilers, even telling Tom Holland and Sebastian Stan that Tony's funeral was a wedding to conceal his death. That funeral, shot in Atlanta in October 2017, doubled as Marvel's 10th anniversary photo shoot, a day Feige called historic. The I Love You 3000 line, spoken by Tony's daughter Morgan, was inspired by Robert Downey Jr.'s real daughter, Avery, a touch that wrecked audiences. Not every idea made the cut. A scene with Catherine Langford as an older Morgan in the Soul Stone was scrapped for lacking resonance, and a Thanos-led Vormir attack was simplified to spotlight Black Widow's choice. These calls, born from collaboration between the Russos writers and VFX teams, prioritize story over flash. Controversies? A handful. Fat Thor split fans. Some lauded its raw take on trauma. Others felt it mocked the character. Critics like Richard Brody in The New Yorker called the Russos' direction more about scale than artistry, while Anthony Lane, also in The New Yorker, deemed the 3-hour runtime bloated, joking you could skip the middle hour. Black Widow's sacrifice stirred debate. Some saw it as empowering, others as sidelining her arc. The time travel plot, while thrilling, left minor logic gaps that fans still dissect online. Yet, these fade against the film's emotional grip. As an IMDb reviewer raved, "You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll cheer. No film has ever moved me like that." Endgame reshaped the industry. It proved a decade-long cinematic universe could deliver a finale that thrilled both casual viewers and hardcore fans, setting a bar for blockbusters to blend spectacle with heart. Its success fueled Disney Plus' launch, with Endgame as a flagship title, and paved the way for multiversal hits like Spider-Man: No Way Home. Unlike Justice League, which fumbled its tone, or even Infinity War's darker lean, Endgame balances hope and loss. X-Post from 2019, like its cinema lover CLB's End of an Era with a 9.4/10, captured its fervor. Awards poured in: a Best Visual Effects Oscar nomination, an Annie Award, 2 Critics' Choice Awards, 3 MTV Movie and TV Awards, and 6 Saturn Awards, among others. But the real prize is its lasting impact. The final battle, Captain America wielding Mjolnir, portals open to unleash a united front, is pure magic. The women of Marvel charge, with Okoye, Valkyrie, and Captain Marvel, was a weight of VFX triumph. And Tony's final snap, his whispered, "I am Iron Man," closes a decade with devastating grace. Why watch Avengers? Endgame? It's more than a film. It's a celebration of characters who feel like family, a universe that dared to dream big and delivered. It'll make you cheer at Avengers Assemble, sob at Natasha's fall, and marvel as portals light the sky. It's cinema crafted with passion, precision, and heart. So grab a seat, dim the lights, and let Endgame sweep you away. Trust me, you'll love it 3000. Hi everyone. Gather close, because I'm about to take you on an epic journey through a film that's not just a movie. It's a seismic event in cinema, a heart-pounding, tear-jerking, cheer-inducing masterpiece called Avengers Endgame. Imagine a world where half of all life has been erased with a single snap, where heroes we've grown to love are shattered, clinging to the faintest hope of undoing the impossible. This, my friends, is a stage for a story that weaves sacrifice, redemption, and triumph into a tapestry so grand, so emotional, that you'll feel in your bones. Let me tell you, as if we're sharing a coffee and I'm spilling my heart out, why you absolutely need to watch this cinematic gem. Let's dive into the story, the pulsing core of Avengers Endgame. Released in 2019, this is a 22nd chapter of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the grand finale in an 11-year, 22-film saga known as the Infinity Saga. It picks up where Avengers Infinity War left us gutted. Thanos, portrayed with chilling menace by Josh Brolin, has wiped out half of all existence. The survivors, our beloved Avengers, are in pieces. Tony Stark, brought to life by the electric Robert Downey Jr., is stranded in space, starving, recording a heartbreaking farewell to his fiancée, Pepper Potts. On Earth, Steve Rogers, Chris Evans' resolute Captain America, wrestles with grief alongside Natasha Romanoff, Scarlett Johansson's fierce Black Widow. Thor, played by Chris Hemsworth, drowns his guilt in ale and despair, while Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo's introspective genius, merges with the Hulk into something entirely new. Clint Barton, Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye, turns to a darker path after losing his family, and newcomers like Carol Danvers, Brie Larson's radiant Captain Marvel, ignite fresh hope. This is a tale of clawing back from loss, of finding courage when all seems hopeless, and of paying the ultimate price for victory. The Russo brothers, Anthony and Joe, are the maestros behind this epic. Having steered Captain America, Civil War, and Infinity War, they don't just direct, they craft a symphony of emotions, blending raw drama, explosive action, and just enough humor to keep you tethered to these characters. Their vision, paired with the razor-sharp screenplay by Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, feels like a love letter to fans who've been with the MCU since Iron Man sparked it all in 2008. The script is laced with callbacks. Tony's final "I am Iron Man" line, added in reshoots to echo that first film, lands like a thunderbolt of nostalgia and closure. The Russos ensure every moment, from quiet heart-to-hearts to battles of cosmic scale, carries weight and purpose. Now, let's talk about the cast, because Endgame assembles a roster that's nothing short of stellar. Robert Downey Jr., as Tony Stark, is the soul of the film, his wit and vulnerability anchoring every scene. Chris Evans delivers a Captain America who's both steadfast and weary, carrying the weight of a broken world. Chris Hemsworth's Thor takes a daring turn. His fat Thor persona, a prosthetic-enhanced portrait of a god sunk in depression, stirred debate. Some fans called it a comedic misstep. Others saw it as a bold take on trauma. Scarlett Johansson's Natasha is a quiet powerhouse. Her sacrifice on Vormir, with a soul stone, demands a life, ripping at the heart. Jeremy Renner's Clint Barton teeters between hero and vigilante, while Mark Ruffalo's smart hope blends brains and brawn in a way that's both charming and profound. Paul Rudd's Scott Lang, Ant-Man, brings wide-eyed optimism that sparks the film's time travel gambit. Karen Gillan's Nebula traces a gripping arc from villain to reluctant hero, while Bradley Cooper's Rocket Raccoon delivers biting wit via voice alone. Don Cheadle's War Machine and Gwyneth Paltrow's Pepper Potts ground the story in human stakes, and cameos, like Stan Lee's final bow as a digitally de-aged 1970s driver, add bittersweet magic. Even small roles, like Hiroyuki Sanada's Yakuza boss or Ken Jeong's quirky guard, sprinkle extra flavor into the sprawling ensemble. This wasn't a cheap endeavor. Mind you, with a budget between $356 and $400 million, Endgame ranks among the priciest films ever made, outspending Infinity War's $325 million. Every dollar shines on screen, thanks to visual effects from Industrial Light and magic and weighted digital. From the barren ruins of Titan to the jaw-dropping final battle, where portals unleash armies from Wakanda, Asgard, and beyond, the film's scope is staggering. Production was a logistical beast, filmed primarily in Atlanta, Georgia, where tax breaks turned it into a Marvel hub. The Porsche Experience Center doubled as the Avengers compound, while scenes also span New York, Scotland's street abs for Thor's fishing village, and England's Pinewood studio for interiors. The Russos shot Infinity War and Endgame back-to-back, a marathon disrupted by Hurricane Irma in 2017